What's up? What's going on, everybody? Beats by Lonze back in the building. What's up? What's going on? And today we're gonna work on the Mpc Live 1. So, yeah, today's been a great day. I had to go get tightened up at the barbershop so I can finally be presentable on camera. And I just wanted to go on here in the afternoon and kind of get back to making some beats. So I am actually, let me do this real quick. Like, I am actually using the MPC software. So actually, let me edit that and move that out the way. We'll put you over there. So yeah, I'm using MPC software right now in conjunction with the controller mode of the MPC. So yeah, so you can kind of see what I'm doing on the screen. Actually, what I want to do is I want to add another kick from out of there because that don't sound the greatest out of. Let's I don't know why that kick sounds so bad. What do I want to do with it? Let's do some. So I'm just going to cut out some of this other stuff that's in it. And then we'll start over on that. So let's do that again. Shift, copy. Let's see if I can loop that over. All right. So what's going on? Beats by Work is in the building. What's going on? Everybody else is here. You know, just cooking up. I'm using a Masada sample. I went in and worked on a track that I had did before, and I didn't like the way it sounded, so I'm deleted everything and started back over and rechopped the sample, and we're working on it. So here we go. So that there is one in here that is a little bit early. Where is it? Dun, dun. So maybe the chop. All right, so let's work on that chop real quick. Cool. We'll rock with that. All right. So what we'll do is make this a intro. Maybe we'll make it 8. Let's see. So let's clear it real quick, like, and see what we got. Shouldn't have been no other one in there. So why didn't it clear? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, all right. Let's go back and try it again. Clear. There we go. let's fix that chop real quick. So let's go back to the intro. Let's work on these drones real quick. Alright, so we will do, I don't like the sound of that. We'll cut some of that out. So let's go back to, there we go. So let's see. Let's just cut that up just a tab. What's going on? Blatant network. What's happening, my guy? Hope everything is good with you, my guy. Everything straight over here. Everything straight over here. Hit them likes for sure, for sure. I'm 100 and what? Let me look real quick. Like, I need 100 and something hours. 158 hours. I'm 158 hours left on my watch hours before I can get to 4,000 watch hours. So I'm right there. Like the last 2 days, they've been pumping. The hours been pumping. Y'all been watching the videos, so I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And finally, we will have made it to the next level. To now my videos, 1,700 videos can now make money on their own without me having to do anything to the videos other than post them. So salute to y'all. Beats by Wugga, appreciate you. Blatantly Blatant. Dang, Dayson, Civil, DC Carson, the whole gang. Appreciate y'all. Beats in bed, wherever you at, my guy. Hope everything's good with you. I know you'll pop back in a little bit, so it's all good. But yeah. So yeah, I'm hitting. I'm working on this masada sample that I chopped. I didn't like the original beat that I did with it. It was ass. So I just went back in, deleted everything, and started back over. And so now I'm working on it now. So now I'm just trying to figure out the sonics of it and what all I want to add to it, just to make sure that I've done what I wanted to do with it. So so for now, I got an intro, I got a verse, I got a hook, and I got to figure out how I want to flip the hook. So now this is a new Mpc live. I buckled down and got another Mpc live to add back to the collection again, because I got a live too, but I had recently traded my old live one to get the Mpc 5000, and then I gave my other Mpc one that I had, my original one, I gave it away to one of my homies. So now you know how I do. I go and find my deals. I went and found me some good deals and found me another MPC Live. So now I'm able to put it over here with the touch and work on controller mode. But anyway, you know what I'm missing though out of this bad boy is my native instruments. My native instrument sounds. Now let's see. I just added a plugin that I never used before. So let's see if by chance it will populate. So we're gonna go new program. Now I saw it come onto the thing, but I don't know what the BFD player is. Say it's there, but I don't hear it or see it. So I'm assuming that doesn't work. So let's go through and see what we got. We got some labs. We got some OPX4. We got some Nexus. Ooh, let's see. Let's go with labs. See what labs is talking about. All right, so we got labs. Let's see if we can pull labs up on the screen. Dayson Silver, what's going on, my guy? Just was talking about you as well. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Oh, you know what? Let me actually stop playing with this bad boy. Let's see if I can see. Dun, dun, dun. Doesn't tell me there. C3. it down just a tad. Yeah, I think it's cooked. All right. All right. So yeah, woo. Goodness gracious. I hope y'all doing good. I'm back to work. Back to getting busy as usual. And like I said, I'm like 158, I believe, hours away from my 4,000 hours. So I am working to try to freaking get these lives out and get these videos uploaded so that we can get to 4,000 watch hours. Thank y'all again. Without y'all watching the videos, without y'all commenting, without y'all letting the world know that we out here, man, nobody would ever know these videos exist. So I appreciate y'all. And y'all keep getting to work, keep doing what you do. And don't let nobody stop your grind. Keep it going. Keep it going as long as you can, as much as you can when you have time. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. And whenever you're able to get to it, you know what I'm saying? You just get to it. So let's save this before we go any further. Before I get to talking and forget what I'm doing. So let's save this bad boy. Still got some mixing to do in it. If y'all know anything about me making beats and stuff, I kind of like to mix as I go so that I don't have to come back to stuff. Because one key thing about working with these machines, if you don't finish the beat the first time around, it's highly unlikely that you're going to come back to it unless you just one of those people that just work on one beat for weeks and weeks and weeks. I don't like to do that. I like to get in, do as much work as I can, and knock it out. I'm looking for my water, and knock it out, and so that I never ever have to come back and revisit it. It gets cooked right then, sent out, exported, and done. Move to the beat folder, and then we move on to the next thing. So yeah, this is one of those what do you call it? One of those things that don't technically happen. I had a beat that I did and it was trash, so I just deleted it and restarted and just try to recook it again, just to not have that space put up. So I got nothing else to promote. I think 27 minutes is a good live time. That's enough time to keep everybody focused for a little bit, and it don't take up too much of your time. If y'all haven't checked out my man DC Carson's music, he has an album, an instrumental beat tape he just put out called Riding Reels Volume 2. Check him out. He also has a dope song called Retail Therapy. Please check him out. He needs your support. He needs your help. Let him know that we out here. We're here to support. We out here to try to push each other forward. So y'all check him out. And if y'all haven't checked out the last Grind 329 podcast, it was with DC Carson and my man Big Walt from Prime Rides. He's the CEO of Prime Rides up in Maryland, DC, and Virginia area. He has a transportation service that's a professional black car transportation service, similar to your Ubers, but it's better than the Ubers and the Uber Black. So y'all check that out at dmvprimerides.com. Check that out as well. He's also a sponsor of my podcast. And so if you want to check out my podcast, again, it's out on all streaming platforms where you can listen to podcasts. And if you want to sponsor a live or a podcast, you can do the super chats. You can hook me up in the super chats, or you can hit me up with Venmo, Cash App, whatever. Or you can just email me and tell me how you like to help with the channel. That could be you want a guest spot on a freaking on a series, on a show, on a live, on a podcast. And just so y'all know, Dason Civil is going to be coming up soon as he free his schedule. He's going to be coming up on the next 2 or 3 podcasts we got coming out. So y'all stay tuned for to hear from Dason Civil and his life and about his production world and where he came from and all that good stuff. So y'all check him out as well. And Blatantly Blatant Network. Check out Blatantly Blatant Network. These are all great content creators on YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. So if you want to be engaged with people that do what we do, check them out. All right. Furious Styles says, crazy random question. Is it possible to use Machine 3.0 software with the Mpc Live 2 as a controller? Yes. You can use Mpc Live 2 as a controller in the Machine software, because the Machine software is a software that will take in MIDI, and you can run your MIDI into the Mpc Live 2 and use it as a controller. So you are able to use it as that. But I was going to say, I don't know why you do that when you got Mpc software, but that's the whole great thing about it, is that you're able to intertwine them and you're able to move around and, do whatever your heart desires. So yeah, the Mpc Live can be used as a controller. You just put it as a MIDI controller and you can rock that way. But I will tell you, the best bang for your buck, if you got an Mpc Live 2 already, you might as well just use the Mpc software. Let's see, where is... That's weird, because my Mpc software was on the screen previously, so y'all can see whenever I'm moving back and forth between my verses and when I'm moving in between my sequences, you can see them move on the screen as I'm working on the software. So as you can see, as I tap each pad, you can see it in the Mpc software. So Mpc software is so powerful. That's another reason that I get on here and do these lives, to show you the software, is because a lot of people don't use the software and lose out on all that power that's inside the Mpc software. You have the option to use unlimited plugins, and whatever plugins you got on your computer, you can use them in the Mpc software. Any type of effects that you have effects and plugins that you have on your computer, you can drag them into your Mpc software. You can mix I mean, it is so incredible and powerful. You just got to spend a little time with it. But anyway, good question, Furious Styles. Appreciate that question. Before we get out of here, again, thank y'all. And yeah, catch y'all on the next stream. Much love to y'all. Peace. Beast by Wugger, my man. Appreciate you. Hendrix says, do a live chop. Okay, I'll tell you what. We're gonna create another beat and I'll do another live chop. Furious Style says, I have an old MK2 micro no longer supported with Machine 3.0 update. Yeah, that sucked about the new update. But I thought if I wasn't completely misreading this, that you could still use the old micro in 2.0. So Hendrix says use a live chop. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to I was gonna get off of here, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do another live chop while we're here inside the joint. So let me find my dongle. Dongle is right there. All right. So for y'all that's going to rewatch this video later on, whatever sample chop I'm about. Actually, I'll take that back. I was gonna say, for you all who watch this video after we do this live chop, whatever sample I was gonna pull off YouTube would actually take my my copyrights off of the video. But I'm gonna actually take a splice sample and chop a splice sample. So that's what we're gonna do. So we got a brand new project. All right. So y'all can walk with me the way I work. So all right. So in my MPC, I always work in 8-bar increments. I use 8-bar increments because in rap music, typically rappers rap 16 bars. So it's easy for me to remember that 2 instances of 8 bars is 16 bars. So that is a verse, right? And I know that most intros come in at being 8 bars or 4 bars. So depending on how I want to rock that, that's how that goes. So let me take this banner off the screen really quick, like sponsor podcast. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. All right. So I got an 8 bar joint, and we're going to go in and browse our splice folders. And we're gonna find us a sample. Well, I thought I was gonna find one. All right, I guess not. All right, cool. So let's do that then. And I'm just going to find any random old. I'm just going to find any random sample. So I'm just going to go to sample playlist. That's a gem for y'all that don't know already. There's a whole bunch of people that put samples out on YouTube. So if you're looking for sample chops to find, you can just click on the playlist and it has all kind of samples in there. And a lot of times, because I don't want to jinx this video, but most times whatever sample I click on, most times I'm just going to use it and chop it. All right, so let's do the sample.
Food and more. Don't wait.
Make sure our monitor is on.
Keep all your passwords safe. Choose Chrome to safely store your passwords.
All right. So what I do is when I find a sample that I like, I always screenshot it so that I'll know what sample it is if I ever have to come back to it. So all right, so we got the sample. And what I'm gonna do is, now that I got the sample, I'm gonna normalize it. I'm gonna bring it up. All right, so we're gonna go to manual chop. Now, for some reason, in the software, I cannot hear, which is dumb. It's probably a setting, but I cannot hear my sample chops in the actual software. So I'm just doing it by a sight. All right. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so y'all see the sample on the screen. That's pretty cool. You can see the sample on the screen, and I just converted it to a new program using slicers. And then when I go to my program, so now I'm gonna listen to the chops and see where they are, and then edit them and chop from there. Already. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and tap my tempo. All right. Now I am off because my tempo is not actually that. All right, so let's try to tap it again. Let's listen to it. All right, cool. So let's move these on the timeline a little bit because they are off of the grid. So we're gonna nudge them. Now, typically, if I could hear the chops, because regularly you could hear the chops. So most times, if I can hear the chops, I could line them up and hit them prior to, and I wouldn't have to do this. But so we're gonna move that one. So we're gonna go with 154.00 to make it even. Another thing that I do also is I always do my drums first. I never do my sample first because now you have to go in and try to match your sample with your drum. So that's one thing that I did wrong in this beat is I went ahead and chopped the sample. It's much easier to do the drums because you can catch it. You can catch it when you have the drums as a skeleton. So I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna keep the chops though, and I'm gonna find me some drums. All right, so we're gonna go with let's go with like some old hip hop boom bap chops. So let's see if I can find. All right, so now I like that. I like that, but that ain't gonna. I'm sure that probably ain't gonna fit. But we'll see. Let's find our chops. All right. All right, cool. All right, so all right, cool. So what we're gonna do is, now that I kind of figured that that's gonna be an easy verse, I'm gonna go ahead and copy my sequence and go into my hook. And then I'm gonna add some elements in it to change my hook up. That one doesn't really, I like that sample right there, but it don't really cut through. Now I heard it in the beginning, but toward the end it kind of cut through a little bit. So so let's go to the next sequence, and then what we're gonna do is alright, so let's flip it a little bit. Alright, so let's see what we got. Kind of make it lose the essence a little bit, but I tell you what, let me think about it really quick. One, two, three. Maybe if let's mute the drums out and see. Gotcha. All right, cool, 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 cool. So we'll make this the intro. And then what we'll do is we'll come in here, browse, find our good old so we're gonna go to pad mixer. Anyway, that's how I do. That's what I do to it. So I hope that was a good representation of how I flip a sample, how I live chop. So let me save this bad boy real quick. Like we're gonna name this quick flip, quick flip 25 live. We are in. Dun, 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 dun. We'll save that there on SD card. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Um, Now go ahead and go to the song mode and go ahead and kick it out. So um, we got our intro, we got our verse 16, we got our hook is gonna come in, then we're gonna come back with our verse, and we're gonna come back with our hook. I always like to put. I always like to make my beats out to be an intro, and then two verses and two hooks, because most people don't even do three verses anymore. And if they did want to come back and do a third verse or have a third person on it or whatever, then I can always just come back into it and lay it out for that. Yeah, I got the Mpc Key 61. Love the Key 61. It is the king in my studio. If you It's actually behind this freaking behind this thingy right here. There you go. Yeah, that's the Key 61. It is the king. That joint is no joke. Key 61, MPC X, and Alive 2 are the three best MPCs that you can put your fingers on. And then if you want to come into the next tier, you talking about the Kai Force, and then any of the other NPCs. The NPC one is really good. Got the NPC one behind me over there. NPC one is over there. SP404. Me and the SP404 have a love hate relationship with each other, but it's gonna always stay in my studio. But yeah, and then I forgot. We talking about NPCs, but the next thing is S2400. Woo-hoo-hoo. I love the S2400. So those are my top. Those are the top machines when we talk about NPCs. But then uh, yeah, I got a little bit of everything. I started out on machine, and as you can see, I have all of my machine stuff here. I started out on machine, and I will never get rid of the machine until the machine just don't work no more. But right now, machine works. Um, but yeah, NPC Key 61, dope. I also, when I went to Nam, not to be much so long winded, but when I went to Nam, I played on the Key 37, and I like the Key 37. The Key 37 is dope. I like the keypad. It's similar to the Key 61. I liked it. It was compact. But at the time, I felt like until Akai dropped their next machine, I'm going to save my money and hold my money until they drop a new machine. So once they drop the new machine, I can put that money toward that. And then if I decide after that I want the Key 37, then I'll get it. But at this point right now, the Key 37, um, it would be too redundant to get the Key 37 and have the Key 61 over there. Because who knows what they're gonna do, but they're gonna do something eventually. If it's not this year, it'll be next year. But they're gonna do something. So yeah. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. And Furious Style says another random question. The keyboard control button, is that option not on any other NPC? Is there a shortcut on the NPC line to access those options? The keyboard control. If you're talking about the layout for the keyboard, I believe it's on every NPC. I don't use it, but I swore I seen it. Let me see. Let me look. Keyboard control, because I want to say it is within the NPC to where you want to lay it out for key groups. So you can have your key groups on. If you're looking at the keyboard, I don't know if you can see my keyboard from here. Let's see if I can pull it out. Um, this is the complete control 61, right? On the key groups, you can do it by zones. You can have um okay, they got a button. Okay, got you. Yeah, they don't have a button. They don't have a button on the other NPCs because you don't have a keyboard on the other NPCs. But in the actual settings, there is I think there's a way to manipulate the keys, because you can, like I said, when you're working with the key groups, you can assign this zone to do one thing, you can assign another zone to do another thing, and you can assign another zone to do another one. So if you hook up a keyboard to your NPC, you still have the functionality to fix it. And right now it's eluding me of where it is right now. I believe it's in one. I thought it was in MIDI control. But I'll have to look into that and get back to you to get you a definite answer. But I'm sure that I thought that it was in there somewhere. Um, you got me on that. There's so many configurations on the Key 61 that you can do, but I don't recall a keyboard control button. I don't remember seeing one, so I'm looking at it right now. I don't see a keyboard control. I see configuration. I see global and configuration buttons, but I don't see a keyboard control. But I do know for sure. I do know for sure that there is a in the preferences there is a view in there that you can go in and you can manipulate your keyboard. I'm 1000% there is one in there that it's in there. Um, Let me see, and I can't even zoom my camera over there so you can see it even if you saw it from here. But let me look real quick. New project. It is under. Yeah, yeah. It's keyboard control. There is a keyboard control button on the Key 61. It's on the freaking left, and that is in your preferences. Preferences, hardware, hardware, velocity after touch, screen dimming, dun 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 dun, global pitch bend, bum 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 bum. Where is that bad boy? Dun dun dun. Keyboard controls. Because it is right next to the XY. It has XY effect, XY effects, and it has freaking the actual joint to move your. There it is, right there. I don't know if you can see it. So it's under track view. That is where you can manipulate your keyboard settings for your keyboard. It's under track view. So track view, it has actual. You can't see it, but it actually has a button for it under track view. That's what you're looking for right there. So that is on every MPC, and you're able to plug in your MIDI keyboard to any MPC, and you're able to do the same thing you do on a Key 61 if you had Key 61. So that answers your question right there. So, um, although the keyboard control on the let me say this, although the keyboard control on the Key 61 has the Key 61 has a different menu for the keyboard control, though it actually has um, the scale filter where you can play to scale, and it also has the pitch wheel and the global default settings for that. So you can also do that as well, which you don't see that in this version of the MPC. But somewhere in the settings you're able to fix all that. And I am running 3.0 on the Key 61. I'm running 3.0 on the one. I'm running 3.0 on the MPC X. On the Live 2, I'm running 3.0, and on the Live 1, I'm running 2.15. So, but I mean, the MPC, the regular MPCs is really not missing anything. Like you can do anything that all the other NPCs can do on the old NPC as well. So not the old NPCs, not the retro 1980s, 1990s NPCs. I'm talking about the new generation NPCs. So you just have to work around the settings and set it up the way you do. But I don't mess with none of those settings. I don't go in and make special key groups. I don't go in and mess with anything that is going to interrupt my regular beat making process. I don't have to really go that far. I don't have to have my my drum patterns here and my drum patterns here and my plugins on this side of the keyboard. I don't have to have that. That's just overkill to me to have that many options to do, because now you're just working with, what am I gonna do now? You know, I got this and this and this, and if you mess up something, then you got to figure out how to go backwards and make it, backwards compatible to go back the way that it was. So I don't mess with any of that stuff. I like my drum pads to be here. If I want to make keyboard sounds, I either plug up a keyboard or I go to Pad Perform and work and rock it that way. I don't mess with the freaking key bed and the settings in the key bed. I leave them as beat. And all you gotta do is plug in, like I said, all you gotta do is plug in your freaking keyboard. All you gotta do is plug in your MIDI keyboard, and it's there. There's no settings you gotta do to nothing. You just plug it in, and as soon as it recognizes that it's a MIDI keyboard, it's there. So all you gotta do is play. It's all there. So, all right, I'm out of here. Thank y'all for the questions. Much love to y'all. Appreciate you. And we're here for an hour and 5 minutes. So I'll check y'all out next time. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you leave comments in the videos if there's something that you need answered. And I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So peace out. Shout out to my vet, Semper Fi. And for all my other vets out there, thank you for your service. Peace out.